another Saturday. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Today's video is gonna be my everyday makeup routine. I was just doing my makeup the other day and I was like, you know what? I haven't filmed a makeup tutorial yet, and I'm no beauty guru, but I think I do a pretty good job at my makeup, and I do it every day for work, so why not show you guys what products I use and how I use them and go from there. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of talk through what I'm doing and show you guys what I use, and hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Okay, so the first thing I use is the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Primer. It's a really good mattifying primer, and it's good for blurring out your pores. So I use that first. So I put this in my T-zone all over. And you always make sure you have clean hands first. That's my dog, sorry if you hear her walking around in the background. All right, so we primed, and then the next thing I'm going to do is color correct. This is the LA Colors Conceal Correct from the Dollar Tree, actually. Megan got a bunch of these for me because she had some, and I told her that they were really neat, and I like the purple because it's good for color correcting this area. So she got a bunch for me when she went to her Dollar Tree because I don't have them here. So she gave me some for my birthday. So I just kind of color correct in the areas where I have redness, which is in this area here. I don't do a whole lot because right now it's not that bad. So, and then I go ahead and rub that, blot that in, however you want to say it. And that just kind of evens out my skin tone a little bit. So yeah, I just blend that in before I do my foundation, just because I don't want to put purple on top of foundation, because why would you do that? All right, and so for foundations, I actually mix two of my favorites. The CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous has been my favorite forever, and I am the shade Classic Ivory, and I believe it has a number. I don't know what it is. Oh, 810. It's on the front. 810 Classic Ivory. I'm very pale, as you can see. But this has always been my favorite. It's very good for mattifying, for oily skin. And then I also started using the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. I am also the shade Ivory in this one as well, but this is almost too white for me. Like, it doesn't match very well, and you can almost tell I'm like a ghost when I wear it. So I mix these two together, and I really like the way that they look. So I just do an even amount of both of those on the back of my hand. Well, this one's almost out, so it takes a couple pumps to get it to come out. We'll go with that. And then I take my Real Technique sponge and I just kind of make a foundation cocktail, if you will. And I start blending that in. A little goes a long way. It's very full coverage. And I like a full coverage look. Sometimes I don't use enough the first time, so I have to repump it. That's okay. I'll have to take it out of the tube. That's the thing about this foundation. I love it, but I use it so much that it runs out so quickly. All right, here we go. That might have been a little too much, but we'll work it. We'll make it work. No big deal. I always make sure I get my neck, because I have like, my neck is always really red. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't like that showing, so I always blend my foundation all the way down my neck. And I think we're about done. With the foundation. That looks good. As you can see, very full coverage. Like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's very full coverage. So we're done with that. And then I go in with two kinds of concealers. First, I go in with the Naked Skin, the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer. And I put this on first in this area, just to brighten the corners. And then I take my Maybelline Fit Me. I'm the number 15 Fair, I believe. Yes, Fair. And I put that out on this part. Just because the naked skin's a lot brighter. And I like just the corners to be brightened up. And I also go on my nose with this. And my chin, just because that's where my makeup likes to rub off the most, so I want to conceal more there. All right, and then I take a different beauty sponge. This is the Eco Tools one. I like it a lot for concealer because it has this really short flat side over here, and it gets in this area really well, like right underneath my eye. And it just brightens up my under eye a lot. All right, so I've concealed my under eyes. Now I have to set, and I like to use the Laura Mercier, what is this, translucent setting powder. I go between this one, and sometimes I use the RCMA powder, and then I don't have it right here, but I also use the Coty Airspun powder. I just kind of go back and forth between most of those three, but right now I've been using this one a lot because it looks really good on my skin. So then I take the other side of that Eco Tools sponge, and it's a longer flat side, and I use that to set, and I just kind of dip it in the powder just like this, just a little bit, because you get a lot. It's a very thick powder. And I set my under eye with that. I don't really bake as much as I used to anymore, just because it didn't really do anything for me. It doesn't really make a difference if I bake or just go ahead and set it and pounce it in. So I just pounce on that until it kind of blends away. And then I put it on my nose, and my chin, and my forehead. Alright, so now that I've done that, I also like to use a different powder. It's a pressed powder, and I just recently bought this. And I really like it a lot because it's really good for mattifying as well. If you can't tell, I have really oily skin, so a lot of my stuff is mattifying products. So I take this Pacifica Mineral Neutralizing Mattifier, and it is shade 1. I don't know if you can see that. But it's a pressed powder, but I use it with my sponge just because it applies better that way. And I put this on all the areas that are not my T-zone, just so that my like bronzer and blush will blend a lot more smoothly, if that makes sense. Because if you put like a powder on top of like a liquid foundation like that, it's not going to blend as well as if you had like a powder over the foundation first. So I make sure everything's covered. So my whole face is covered in a powder now. Yay. And then I go in with my bronzers and my blush and my highlight. And I use, for bronzer, this Real Techniques brush. I think I got this at Ross in a set. And I use the e.l.f., what is this called? Fiji Matte. It's a duo with a blush. I love this bronzer. It looks really good on my skin tone. And I also use the blush that's in here too. They're just really good. And this bronzer is very, like, neutral for my skin tone. I don't contour every day just because it's not necessary for me. I don't like to spend that much time contouring. So I just bronze my cheeks, and I do contour my forehead. I don't contour like my cheekbones. Like I said, I don't really need to. I don't see the point if I'm just going to work. If I'm going out, then I try to go a little extra and contour my cheeks and my forehead, but I always have to put bronzer up here just because I look like a weirdo with a bright forehead and contoured cheeks. If that makes any sense at all. I'm just rambling. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Alright, and then I also put some down on my neck just because earlier, like I said, the discoloration. I just like to put it under my chin. Gives a little bit of shadow too. It's still, my neck still looks kind of red on camera, but I promise you it's not that red in person right now. It's just the light makes it really... Oh, and then I also use this for blush, and I use a Morphe E4 for my blush. Morphe brushes are my favorite, and I've got an Ulta now that finally sells Morphe brushes, so I'm getting more and more lately. So, again, I use the blush in this Fiji Matte Bronzer blush contour thingy, and I blend that in. They just look so good together. Okay, so now we are bronzed and blushed and beautiful. And now we're gonna highlight. And I just got this highlighter for my birthday. Yes, I gotta clean it off because it's really shiny. I got this for my birthday, and I got it with a Target gift card that I got. It is the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette. This is the Cleopatra's Kiss one. Sorry if you see the reflection, I'm not trying to blind you. They have 2 different kinds, maybe 3, I don't remember. I don't remember what the other one's called, but it has like a, instead of this shade down here, it has like a purpley shade. I don't know. I didn't want that one, but I go in and I use this one in the top corner right here. Sometimes I mix these two. These two are more of a powder highlighter, and these two in the other corners are cream. I've tried using these cream ones before, like just putting it on my finger and putting it on here, and it looks really pretty. But for every day, I don't bother doing that. I just use the powder one. So I don't do a lot just because I don't need a lot for work. Like I said, if I'm going out, I go a little harder on everything, but in the hair, so. And I don't really put highlight anywhere else. Sometimes I do my nose if I have time and I'm thinking about it. But I don't really highlight anywhere else because I like to be matte. Like, I don't like being oily or dewy or luminous or none of those words in that category because I'm already an oily person, like an oily skin person. So it just looks gross to me. I don't like it. All right, now we are going to do brows. And I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Brunette. I love this. This is my second one, and it is almost an exact dupe to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and because it is just the roll it, like it rolls up like this, and it's just a pencil. But there is another L'Oreal product that is just like the Brow Definer, which is the more triangular shaped, but I use this one because I don't do a lot to my brows. Like, some people spend like 20 minutes alone on just their brows, but not me, because my brows are already thick. So I just kind of fill them in wherever they're missing some color, and I go from there. Looks good to me. And then I use this Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. It's just a clear brow gel. It's not really clear anymore just because after I do my brows it gets brown, so whatever. But I just put this on over it, and it works really well. I like this brow mascara. It keeps my brows in place all day. And it's only like $3 or $4, I think. I used to love the Milani brow mascara or brow gel, but I go through it so quickly, and it's so hard to find because I can only find it at like CVS sometimes, but anywhere that sells Milani, like Walmart sells Milani now, they never have it. They only have like some Milani things. So I just decided to quit using it because I can hardly ever find it anymore. Alright, so I'm not like Megan, and I like to do my eyes last, just because when I do my foundation, I like to put foundation on my eyes and concealer on my eyes, and if I do my eyes first, I can't do that. Like, the only thing I put on my eyes when I do it first is primer, and I have redness like on my eyelids, so doing my eyes first just looks weird to me when I'm done because you can still see kind of the redness up here, like on my brow area. I don't know, I've always just been like that, so I do my eyes last. So I use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. This has been the best primer for me because, like everything else, I have really oily eyelids. Surprise! And this Primer Potion eyeshadow primer is the best thing, and it keeps my eyelids not oily, and it keeps my eyeshadow in place all day. Sometimes I don't wear eyeshadow just because I don't have to look that nice. Like, I'll just do mascara and eyeliner and be done. But when I do wear eyeshadow, I either use this or the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. And the e.l.f. is just as good, but this is a lot better for me. But I've only ever had the small travel ones because I've gotten them at places like Nordstrom Rack, like the outlet, the Nordstrom outlet kind of, and just Ulta like sells the like travel size things. So I've never actually had a full size bottle of this. So I just rub that in with my finger. It's no big deal. Sometimes I use a brush, but there's no need to be extra. So I'm going to go in with my favorite palette. I mentioned this in the March favorites video that we posted, and I always go in with this second shade right here. It's like a creamy vanilla kind of skin tone shade, and I just set my base with this, kind of put that primer in its place. You can't really, like, it's not a shade that I put down for like to show because you can't even see it, but I just make it so it sets my primer. All right. And also I use just a Wet n Wild brush. I got this at the dollar store, I think, but it's really good for just that base color. And then I go in with the middle shade. It's kind of a taupey, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just kind of a browny, pinky, mauvey transition shade. It's called Purr in the palette. So I go in with that for my transition. And I put this up higher. Like, I start in the crease, but I start it up higher because I go in with other shadows lower underneath it later on. You'll see. And this palette, like, I don't know what it is, but these eyeshadows smell amazing. Like, I can't, it's almost like cake. Like, they almost smell like cake batter, almost. That's the only thing I can use to describe it. Like, it's amazing. You need this palette. Alright. And then I take a Morphe M518, and I go in with Saucy, which is this color right next to it, and I put that directly underneath the transition shade that I just used, just kind of to blend them together, kind of. A little bit lower. And this is just for my, like, a natural look. Like, I don't go very smoky every day. I mainly just do these two shades. Just because it gives that effect that I took a lot of time to do my eyeshadow, but I really didn't. And this is literally the makeup look, like I said. Like, I wear it to work every day, and I've been doing this the entire month of March and going into April. Like, I wake up and this is my routine. And I haven't had a routine like this in forever. Like, I have never found an entire set of products like I have right here that I use every single day. Like, sometimes it takes me a couple tries to find that one specific thing that I love, that I will use every single day. But now, like, for every category, I have one specific thing that I love using. So that's pretty much it for eyeshadow. Sometimes I will take a little definer brush like this, and I will go with one of these shimmer shades. Most of the time this one, because it's a little lighter. And I'll just put that in my inner corner, just to highlight right here. And on the days that I don't wear eyeshadow, I still take this shade specifically and I put it in the inner corner, even if I'm not wearing any eyeshadow, just eyeliner and mascara. And I'll still put this in the inner corner just to make it pop more. Makes my eyes go boom. And I have blue eyes, so they already stand out, but I like to make them stand out a lot more. So that's it for my eyes. If I do go smokier, I just use this brown down here and the black, and then I put one of the, usually this one, or which one is it? This one. on my lid. So, but that's if I'm doing like a nighttime smoky eye kind of look. But today we're just doing natural. So I know some people don't wear eyeliner a lot, but I feel like my face just looks weird without liner on my bottom liner, or on my bottom waterline. That's the word I'm looking for. So I use the Urban Decay Glide On pencil in Perversion, the black. It's super black and it's super creamy. I love this. And I just put this on my bottom waterline. Sorry, I can't talk while I do this. Boom. That's that. I don't put it on the top. Just if I do top eyeliner, I'll just do like my, I'll use a liquid liner, which I have right here. If I do a winged eyeliner, I use this felt tipped eyeliner pen. It's from M Cosmetics. I'm not really sure where you can get this. It was given to me by a friend and she never used it, and I love this, but I have no idea where to get it. So then my favorite mascara of all time is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is my second full-size bottle, or tube, whatever you want to call it. I've had a lot of the travel size ones as well, and this is by far my favorite mascara. I get so many compliments when I wear this mascara. Anytime I have it on, people are like, oh my god, you're wearing false lashes, and I'm like, nope, it's this mascara. Like, this is what I love. And when I ran out of this and I couldn't afford another full-size bottle for the longest time, I just used the L'Oreal, I forget what it's called, Luminous Lash Paradise mascara. It's almost an exact dupe, and we talked about this in our Get Ready With Us video, but it's literally the same thing, except the wand is just a little bit bigger. So, favorite mascara for top lashes, at least. Looks so beautiful. Such a difference. Like, I don't even look like I have eyelashes on this eye, but over here it's like, boom. And for my bottom lashes, I have used this for maybe a year and a half, 2 years almost. This is like my third bottle of this. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Wear Mascara. It has a really skinny brush and it's perfect for bottom lashes. I don't think it's really made for specifically bottom lashes, but I love it because it's not like a thick, clunky, it's not a giant brush and it doesn't get on my face. So, I just put this on my bottom lashes. Basically it for my face. The last thing I do, sometimes I don't do it at all, is lipstick. My favorite lipsticks are the Milani Amore Matte Lip Creams. I love any kind of liquid lip that's nude, and I have tons, but this is my favorite, and this is the shade Adorable. And I have pretty much every shade in this collection, but this is the nude one and it's my favorite. But like I said, I don't wear lipstick every single day, but sometimes I just kind of get the foundation off my lips and just put on a nice red chapstick. And these lipsticks are really good. They don't get really sticky. They dry really matte, and they don't transfer after you put them on and they dry. So this will last me all day, through lunch, through dinner. Of all the liquid lipsticks that I have, this line from Milani is the best. So that is pretty much it. I usually don't wear my hair this crazy. And then, yeah. So the last thing I do is set my face, and I use MAC Fix Plus. This is my little travel bottle. It's almost empty, but I was able to pick up a giant one at Ulta when they had the 21 Days of Beauty sale last Saturday. Or 2 Saturdays ago when you guys see this. So, yeah. And it smells so good. Like, I never tried MAC Fix Plus until I bought that little travel bottle, and it just smells amazing. Like, I can't believe I went that long without MAC Fix Plus. And I also use it for like my shimmer shades too in my eyeshadow palette. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love doing this kind of stuff. It's really easy for me to just sit here and talk to you guys. So if you want me to do any kind of other looks, I have tons of makeup. I just don't use it a lot. So maybe I can start doing some looks for you guys. I know Megan's gonna start doing some as well. So if you want to see more from me, give it a thumbs up. Maybe if you like it, I can do more stuff for you. Okay. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye.